polythene bags must be stopped to protect future generations, says environment advisor. Hezbollah vows to avenge murder of its leader Hassan Nasrallah as world leaders condemn the assassination. And BCB announces 15-member squad for the 3-match T20 series against India. Assalamu alaikum viewers, this is Upoma Shaha with you, welcoming you to the news at 10. You have just heard the headlines, now moving on to the details. The inflow of remitters has increased as the tendency of sending money by expatriate Bangladeshis through legal channels got momentum. As a result, the foreign reserves are getting healthy. Bangladesh received 199 crore and 40 lakh US dollars in the first 25 days of the current month. The country received 117 crore and 60 lakh dollars in the first 25 days of September last year. According to Bangladesh Bank, a total of 474 crore and 80 lakh dollars came between July 1st and September 25th last year. The amount increased to 613 crore and 20 lakh dollars during the same period this year. Meanwhile, according to the central bank, the gross reserve has stood at $24.67 billion till September 25th this year. As per IMF BPM6 calculation, the reserve has stood at $19.95 billion till September 25th. The gross reserve was $24.52 billion till September 18th, while it was $19.38 billion as per the BPM6 calculation. Bangladesh Bank's executive director and spokesperson Husneara Sheikh said the tendency to send money into Bangladesh through illegal channels has decreased due to awareness and surveillance of the government. Chief Advisor Professor Muhammad Yunus has returned home, wrapping up his 4-day USA visit to attend the 79th session of the United Nations General Assembly, UNGA, and other high-level side events. A commercial flight of the Qatar Airways carrying the Chief Advisor and his entourage arrived at Hazrat Shah Jalal International Airport in Dhaka at 3:32 a.m. last night. Earlier, the flight departed the JKF International Airport, New York at 9:30 p.m. local time on Friday. During his USA tour, the chief advisor had 40 high-level meetings with heads of the government of 12 countries, including US President Joe Biden and heads of different international organizations. The chief advisor also joined several high-level events in New York on the sidelines of the UNGA session. Finance advisor Dr. Salahuddin Ahmed has said the government has sought support from the World Bank alongside other development partners like International Finance Corporation, IFC and IMF for some ongoing and future programs and schemes. The advisor said these to the reporters after a delegation of the World Bank and IFC met him at the Finance Division conference room at the Secretariat today. World Bank Regional Vice President for South Asia Martin Reiser, South Asia Regional Director Imdad Fakori, World Bank Country Director Abdullah Sheikh and World Bank Operations Manager for Bangladesh Gail Martin were present among others at the meeting. Later, Japanese ambassador in Dhaka Yoama Kiminori paid a courtesy call on finance advisor Dr. Salahuddin Ahmed. During the meeting, the ambassador said ongoing partnership projects with Bangladesh will be completed and cooperation will continue in future. The envoy also said Japan will continue to support technical education and scholarship programs for Bangladeshis to study in Japan. Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs Advisor Dr. Asif Nazrul said all the anti-people laws of the previous government, including Cyber Security Act, will be amended. He made the comment while addressing a view exchange meeting titled Rights to Information in Establishing Transparency and Accountable Good Governance, the supporting role of NGOs, jointly organized by the Right to Information Forum and the Manusher Jonno Foundation in Dhaka today. Chief of the Electoral System Reform Commission Badiul Alam Majumdar, Executive Director of TIB Dr. Iftekharuzzaman and convener of the Right to Information Forum Shahin Anam were also present at the meeting. Mentioning that Right to Information Act as well as acts to annihilate information rights were passed during the previous government's tenure, said the law advisor, adding that the Cybersecurity Act will soon be amended. But this act cannot be annihilated completely, he added. Asif Nazrul said among the two crimes under Cybersecurity Act, speech offence can be cancelled but computer offence cannot be excluded because defaming someone by hacking any computer cannot be cancelled, he added. Selling of essential products will begin at fair prices for workers in densely populated industrial areas through the Trading Corporation of Bangladesh (TCB) from October 1st. Labour and Employment Advisor Asif Mahmood Shajib Bhuiya informed this while addressing the check receiving program of Grameen Phone Profit organized by Bangladesh Labour Welfare Foundation in the Secretariat today. Representatives of the Grameen Phone handed over checks of Taka 24 crore 44 lakh to the Labour and Employment Advisor for the Labour Welfare Foundation. Addressing the ceremony, the advisor said one of the 18 demands of workers is to introduce ration for them. The government will sell essential goods at affordable prices to 40 lakh labourers in Ashulia to meet their demand, he added. RMG exporters are working relentlessly to increase production to cover up the shortfalls as the country's garment industry production has been disrupted for the past 3 months due to student movement, curfews, the fall of the fascist Awami government and recent labor unrest in key industrial zones. Many garment factories are now open 24 hours a day to cover the shortfall in the 3 months of July, August and September. Exporters want to secure Western orders ahead of Christmas and export orders for the upcoming autumn and winter. RMG exporters are also contacting subcontractors to maintain long-term business relationships. They are requesting an extension of the export period to foreign buyers. Exporters said they can avoid adverse situations in the garment industry if foreign retailers and brands allow extension of export periods considering recent labor unrest and political changes. Environment, Forest and Climate Change Advisor Soida Rizwana Hassan has said the use of polythene shopping bags must be restricted to protect future generations. She said initiatives will be taken to ban the use of polythene bags at shopping malls from October 1st next, while at kitchen markets from November 1st. The advisor said this while addressing a seminar arranged by the Department of Environment to raise public awareness about alternative products to banned polythene shopping bags. It was addressed among others by Environment Secretary Dr. Farhina Ahmed, Director General of the Department of Environment Dr. Abdul Hamid, President of the Shop Owners Association Muhammad Helal Uddin. Rizwana Hassan said the process of restricting polythene will be implemented in phases as per the law. Earlier, the Environment Advisor inaugurated a fair showcasing alternative products to banned polythene shopping bags. The fair featured environment-friendly products from both government and private entrepreneurs. Reusable bags, jute bags, paper bags and products made from bamboo and cane were displayed at the fair. A total of 123 Myanmar nationals have been repatriated to Myanmar under the fourth phase. They fled to Bangladesh to save their lives during the conflict inside Myanmar. Among them, 115 are Myanmar border guards and 8 army members. On the other hand, 85 Bangladeshis have returned home after serving jail terms in Myanmar. They were handed over at BIWTA Ghat at Nuniarchara in Cox's Bazar city today. From there, they were taken to Bangladesh-Myanmar waters by ship. During the handover process, representatives and officials of the two countries, senior officials of BGB, police, Coast Guard, district administration and foreign ministry officials were present. Now international news. In the wake of Saeed Hassan Nasrallah's killing, Hezbollah faces the enormous challenge of plugging the infiltration in its rank that allowed its arch army Israel to destroy weapons sites, booby-trap its communications and assassinate the veteran leader whose whereabouts had been a closely guarded secret for years. Nasrallah's killing in a command headquarters on Friday came barely a week after Israel's deadly detonation of hundreds of booby-trapped pages and radios. It was the culmination of a rapid succession of strikes that have eliminated half of Hezbollah's leadership council and decimated its top military command. One source familiar with Israeli thinking told Reuters less than 24 hours before the strike that Israel has spent 20 years focusing intelligence efforts on Hezbollah to hit Nasrallah when it wanted, including in the headquarters. The person called the intelligence brilliant without providing details. Israel says it carried out the hit on Nasrallah by dropping bombs on the underground headquarters below a residential building in southern Beirut. There has been mixed reaction worldwide over killing of Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah by Israel. Russia, Iran, Turkey, Iraq, Yemen, along with Islamic resistance groups Hamas, Fatah and Houthis all have strongly condemned the killing of Nasrallah. Russia's Ministry of Foreign Affairs released a statement where it strongly condemned Israel's killing of Nasrallah and called on Israel to stop hostilities in Lebanon. Iranian President Masoud Pezeshkian said Nasrallah's killing will only further strengthen the resistance. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan condemned Israel's recent attacks in Lebanon as part of what he called an Israeli policy of genocide, occupation and invasion. On the other hand, US President Joe Biden called the killing of Nasrallah a measure of justice for his many victims, including thousands of Americans, Israelis and Lebanese civilians. UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres said he was gravely concerned by the dramatic escalation seen in Lebanon in the past day as Israel targets Hezbollah in the capital Beirut. Guterres reiterated his call for an immediate ceasefire in Gaza and the release of all captives held there. Authorities across the southeastern United States faced the daunting task yesterday of cleaning up from Hurricane Helene, one of the most powerful and perhaps costliest storms to hit the country as the death toll continued to rise. At least 63 deaths were reported so far, and officials feared still more bodies would be discovered across several states. Damage estimates across the storm's rampage range between $95 billion and $110 billion, potentially making this one of the most expensive storms in the modern U.S. history, said Jonathan Porter, chief meteorologist of AccuWeather, a commercial forecasting company. Downgraded late on Friday to a post-tropical cyclone, the remnants of the Helene continued to produce heavy rains across several states, sparking massive flooding that threatened to cause dam failures that could inundate entire towns. Nepal has shut down schools for 3 days after landslides and floods triggered by 2 days of heavy rain across the Himalayan nation, killing 132 people with 62 missing, officials said today. The floods brought traffic and normal activity to a standstill in the Kathmandu Valley, where 37 deaths were recorded in a region home to 4 million people and the capital. Some parts of the capital reported rain of up to 322.2 millimeter, pushing the level of its main Bagmati river up to 2.2 meter past the danger mark, experts said. Kathmandu weather officials blamed the heavy downpours on a low-pressure system in the Bay of Bengal extending over parts of neighboring India close to Nepal. The impact of the rains was aggravated by poor drainage due to unplanned settlement and urbanization efforts, construction on floodplains, lack of areas for water retention, and encroachment on the Bagmati river. A SpaceX spacecraft has lifted off to rescue 2 astronauts stranded at the International Space Station ISS due to technical issues. NASA astronaut Nick Hague and Russian astronaut Alexander Gorbunov took off yesterday from Cape Canaveral, Florida to bring back Sunita Williams and Barry Wilmore. The Dragon spacecraft, operated by SpaceX, the private company founded by billionaire Elon Musk, is set to arrive at the ISS today. Williams and Wilmore were originally scheduled to return to Earth on June 13th after their Boeing Starliner capsule launched its first cruise flight from Florida's Cape Canaveral Space Force Station on June 5th. But the Starliner had been plagued with issues even before the June 5th launch. Noted journalist Bodiul Alam passed away at his Mogbazar residence in Dhaka this afternoon at the age of 77. Inna lillahi wa inna illahi rajiun. Bodiul Alam had been suffering from different diseases including kidney ailment for long. Bodiul Alam served as treasurer of Jatiya Press Club, general secretary of the Economic Reporters Forum ERF, acting president of Forum of Environmental Journalists of Bangladesh FEJB, and founding member of Dhaka Reporters Unity DRU. Bodiul Alam was buried at Azimpur graveyard after Namazi Janaza on the Jatiya Press Club premises. Now weather. Met Office in its weather forecast till 6 p.m. tomorrow said light to moderate rain or thunder showers accompanied by temporary gusty wind is likely to occur at many places over Mymensingh and Sylhet divisions, at a few places over Rangpur, Dhaka and Chattogram divisions, and at 1 or 2 places over Rajshahi, Khulna and Borishal divisions. Besides, moderately heavy to heavy falls likely to occur at places over Mymensingh and Sylhet divisions. Night and day temperature may remain nearly unchanged over the country, said the Met Office. Now news on sports. Bangladesh beat Bhutan by 2-1 goals in their last match of the AFC Under-20 Asian Cup 2025 qualifiers in Vietnam today. With this win, the junior footballers finished the qualifying round at number 3 in the A group with 4 points from 4 matches. Bangladesh took the lead in the 4th minute through Asadul Molla at the Latch Stadium in Haiphong. Bhutan levelled the margin in the 71st minute of the match. Moinul Islam scored the second and winning goal for Bangladesh in the 86th minute. Earlier, Bangladesh's junior footballers lost to Syria by 4-0 goals and Vietnam by 4-1 goals. However, they drew 2-2 with Guam. The third day of the Kanpur test between Bangladesh and India was abandoned due to wet outfield and lack of light. Earlier, the second day's play was also abandoned due to rain. Batting on the first day, Bangladesh scored 107 runs for 3 wickets in the first innings. Bangladesh Cricket Board (BCB) has announced 15-member squad for the 3-match T20 series against India. All-rounder Mehdi Hassan Miraz has earned a recall to the team after 14 months interval. Left-handed opening batsman Parvez Hussain Iman and left-arm orthodox Rakibul Hassan have also been called up. The other member of the squad are Captain Najmul Hossain Shanto, Tanzit Hasan Tamim, Tawhid Hridoy, Mahamudullah Litan Kumar Dash, Jakir Ali Onik, Shak Mahdi Hassan, Rishad Hussain Mustafizur Rahman, Taskin Ahmed Shariful Islam and Tanzim Hassan Saqib. The series starts in Gwalior on 6th October. The other two T20s will be held on 9th October and 12th October in New Delhi and Hyderabad respectively. To end the bulletin, headlines once again. Bangladesh receives nearly $2 billion remittance in first 25 days of the current month, which is 69.56% higher than that of the same period last year. Anti-people laws, including Cyber Security Act, to be amended, says Law, Justice and Parliamentary Affairs Advisor Dr. Asif Nazrul. Selling of essential products will begin at fair prices in densely populated industrial areas through TCB from October 1st, says Labour and Employment Advisor. Works going on round the clock in ready-made garment factories to cover up the losses. Use of polythene bags must be stopped to protect future generations, says Environment Advisor. Hezbollah vows to avenge murder of its leader Hassan Nasrallah as world leaders condemn the assassination. And BCB announces 15-member squad for the 3-match T20 series against India. And that's all from the newsroom for the moment. Thank you for staying with us. And we also invite you to watch our 11:30 Bangla News. Until then, Allah Hafiz.